We all carry the weight of our past, mistakes, missed opportunities, and regrets that cling to us like shadows. Whether it's the promotion you missed, the relationship that crumbled, or the chances you never took, the past can feel like a heavy anchor, pulling you down. But here's the truth. Your past does not define your future. It's merely a chapter in a much larger story, and today, you have the power to turn the page. This is not about feel-good platitudes. It's about real, practical steps to reclaim your life and shape your destiny. Whether you're 16 or 60, at rock bottom or fighting your way to the top, this is your wake-up call. Are you ready to let go, break free, and rewrite your story? Chapter 1. The Weight of the Past. Your past is like quicksand. The more you struggle against it, the deeper you sink. Those missed chances, failed relationships, and regrets play on repeat, holding you hostage. It's not just psychological. Our brains are wired to hold on to negative experiences more than positive ones, a phenomenon called negativity bias. This bias once helped our ancestors survive by remembering dangers, but today it's keeping you from thriving. Imagine carrying a backpack, and every mistake, every regret, every missed opportunity is a rock you toss into it. Day after day, year after year, the weight grows heavier. How fast could you run with all that weight? Not very. This is how your past holds you back. It's not just an emotional burden, it's a physical one that affects every aspect of your life. You replay those moments, those failures, over and over again. It's like a broken record, with you as the needle stuck in the groove. Reflect on your own life. How many times have you stopped yourself from taking a risk because of something that happened in the past? How often do you replay those moments, those failures, over and over again? This weight doesn't just hold you back, it affects everything. Your relationships, your career, your dreams. You're not showing up as your best self because you're too busy being your past self. But here's the kicker. This mindset is deceptively comfortable. Dwelling on the past gives you an excuse. I can't succeed because of what happened. It's a get-out-of-jail-free card for not taking risks, for not putting yourself out there. But ask yourself, is that backpack worth the life you're missing out on? Are those old stories worth sacrificing your future? The past is only as powerful as the meaning you give it. Right now, you're letting your past hold the pen. It's time to snatch it back. Your past doesn't define you unless you let it. The first step is recognizing that you have the power to change the narrative. Chapter 2. Reframing your story. Your past is not a prison, it's a classroom. Every setback, every mistake, every failure is a lesson disguised as pain. The Stoics, ancient philosophers who were masters of resilience, believed that external events don't harm us. It's our judgment of them that does the damage. Marcus Aurelius, a Roman emperor, famously said, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." This mindset shift is the key to reframing your past. Instead of seeing yourself as a victim of circumstance, see yourself as a warrior in training. Every hit, every fall, every loss is toughening you up for the battles ahead. Get curious about your mistakes, instead of beating yourself up over them. What did you learn? How did they make you stronger? That failed relationship taught you what you need in a partner. That job you lost pushed you toward your true passion. Even your biggest regrets can be reframed as stepping stones. The Stoics had a revolutionary idea. External events don't harm us. It's our judgment about them that does. By shifting your mindset, you transform your past from a burden into a tool for growth. Here's a challenge. Take your most painful memory, the one that keeps you up at night, and find 3 ways it made you stronger, wiser, or more resilient. It might sting, but this is how you turn poison into medicine. You're not erasing your history, you're rewriting it. Your past is your teacher, not your jailer. By changing the meaning of your experiences, you change the course of your life. Chapter 3. Learning from failure. Failure isn't the enemy, it's the greatest teacher you'll ever have. Every time you fall, you're not falling behind, you're falling forward. Think about the last time you failed. The disappointment, the shame, the self-doubt. It's a gut punch. But imagine if you could harness that energy and turn that pain into power. Epictetus, a Stoic philosopher born into slavery, said, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters. Your response to failure, not the failure itself, defines your future." Success can be a lousy teacher. It seduces you into thinking you're invincible. Failure, on the other hand, keeps you grounded, hungry, and humble. It forces you to adapt, to learn, and to grow. Think of every successful person you admire. Their path wasn't a straight line. It was a series of zigzags, stumbles, and comebacks. Take Thomas Edison. He failed 1,000 times before inventing the light bulb. When asked about it, he famously said, "I have not failed. I've just found 10,000 ways that won't work." That's the mindset of a winner. Or consider J.K. Rowling. Before Harry Potter, she was a broke, divorced, single mother on welfare. 12 publishers rejected her first book. Today, she's one of the most successful authors in history. These aren't just feel-good stories, they're blueprints. They prove that failure isn't the opposite of success. It's part of it. Your past failures aren't weights to drag you down. They're the stepping stones that build your path forward. Embrace failure as a necessary part of success. Each setback is a step closer to your goal. Chapter 4. The Power of Present Focus. Your power lies not in the past or the future, but in the present moment. How much time do you spend reliving old mistakes or worrying about future problems? If you're like most people, it's far too much. The past is gone and the future isn't here yet. All you have is now, and that's where your true power resides. Think of a time when you were so focused, whether playing a sport, working on a project, or in deep conversation. That time seemed to disappear. This is known as the flow state, where you're fully engaged in the present moment. It's in this state that you perform at your best, free from the shackles of past regrets and future anxieties. You don't need to forget your past or ignore your future. You simply need to stop letting them dominate your present. Here's a challenge. For the next 24 hours, notice whenever your mind drifts to the past or future and gently bring it back to now. Focus on what you see, hear, and feel. Ask yourself, what can I do right now to move toward my goals? This simple practice will transform your mindset and unlock your potential. The present moment is where your power lies. Stay focused on now, and your past will lose its grip. Chapter 5. Breaking the Chains of Expectation. Your life isn't a script written by others. Society, family, and friends all have their expectations of you, but those are their limitations, not yours. The ancient philosopher Lao Tzu said, "Care about what other people think, and you will always be their prisoner." Every time you live up to someone else's expectations, you're locking yourself in a cell of their design. How many times have you silenced your dreams because they didn't fit someone else's mold? The world doesn't need another carbon copy. It needs you, the real, unfiltered, unapologetic you. Musashi Miyamoto, a legendary swordsman and philosopher, said, "Do not fear death. Fear never beginning to live." True courage comes from challenging every should and supposed to in your life and choosing a path that sets your soul on fire, even if it disappoints a few people along the way. Here's an exercise. Write down all the expectations that others have of you. Now cross out the ones that don't align with who you truly are. Feel that? That's the weight lifting off your shoulders. Your potential isn't limited by what others think. It's only limited by your courage to break free. Challenge expectations. Live your life on your terms, not according to the limiting beliefs of others. Chapter 6. Shape your future. Your future isn't some distant land you'll stumble into. It's a place you create with every choice you make today. Your past mistakes or current circumstances don't dictate it. What shapes your future is your mindset and your actions right now. The Stoic philosopher Seneca said, "It's not because things are difficult that we dare not venture. It's because we dare not venture that things are difficult." Stop waiting for the perfect moment. It doesn't exist. Start acting now, even if it's a small step. Visualize where you want to be in 5 years. Now ask yourself, what can I do today to get there? Remember, even the most incredible journeys begin with a single step, and your future is shaped by the steps you take right now. Imagine standing at the base of a mountain, your past in the valley behind you, and your future at the peak ahead. Will you stand there paralyzed by the height, or will you start climbing? One step at a time. Your future isn't something that happens to you, it's something you make happen. Your future is created by your present actions. Don't wait for the right time. Make the time right. Chapter 7. Turning pain into power. That pain you're carrying isn't a burden, it's a resource. Every setback, every scar, every moment of despair is potential energy waiting to be unleashed. Friedrich Nietzsche, inspired by Stoic thought, said, "That which does not kill us makes us stronger." But it goes further. It doesn't just make you stronger, it makes you unstoppable. Think of the hardest moments in your life. They've taught you resilience, grit, and creativity. These aren't just abstract concepts. They're tools you forged in the fire of adversity. The most influential people in history didn't have it easy. They turned their struggles into stepping stones. Your toughest times aren't just something to survive, they're something to use. Take your biggest pain point, the one that keeps you up at night, and ask yourself, how can I use this? How can I turn this poison into medicine, not just for myself, but for others? Your pain can become the bedrock for someone else's breakthrough. Remember, a diamond is just a piece of coal that handles stress exceptionally well. Your pain is your power. Use your struggles as fuel to drive you forward. Chapter 8. Practical steps for change. Philosophy without action is meaningless. It's time to take these ideas and put them into practice. Start with self-reflection. Every night ask yourself, what did I learn today? How did I grow? What can I do better tomorrow? This isn't just about journaling, it's about reprogramming your mind to focus on growth, not guilt. Next, reframe your self-talk. Catch yourself when you say things like, I always screw up, or I'll never be good enough. Replace these with, I'm learning and I'm getting better every day. Your words shape your reality, so choose them wisely. Create a failure resume, listing your biggest mistakes and what you learned from each. This isn't about wallowing, it's about celebrating your resilience. Set small, achievable goals and reverse engineer your dreams. Want to run a marathon? Start with a 5K. Want to write a book? Start with 1 page a day. Break down big dreams into small daily actions and watch how quickly they add up. Surround yourself with growth-minded people who inspire and challenge you. Knowledge is power, but action is transformation. Implement these steps daily and watch your life change. Chapter 9. Overcoming challenges. The road ahead won't be easy. You'll face obstacles, doubt, and moments when it feels like you're right back at square one. But remember, the obstacle is the way. Every challenge you face is an opportunity to prove your strength, to sharpen your skills, and to become even better than before. Marcus Aurelius said, "The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way." Challenges aren't roadblocks. They're the path itself. When doubt creeps in, take action. When motivation fails, rely on discipline. Keep moving forward, even when it's hard, because the harder the journey, the sweeter the victory. Your challenges aren't stopping you. They're shaping you into the person you're destined to be. Meet your challenges head on. They're not roadblocks. They're stepping stones to the life you want. Your past is a place of reference, not a place of residence. The choice is yours. Keep living in the shadow of what was, or step into the light of what could be. Today, right now, you have the power to take control of your story. Every day, you have the opportunity to rewrite your narrative and let go of what no longer serves you. Look around you. People are pushing through their fears, conquering their doubts, and creating lives they're proud of. You can be one of them. Your future self is watching. Make them proud. The time to act is now. Don't wait. Don't hesitate. Go out there and show the world what you're made of, because you're not just capable of change. You are the change.